Okay.
Start చేయండి.
I will start the live అండి. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to your Swadhyaya challenge and welcome to your PMC USA channel. It is so wonderful to meet all of you here for this week. We have Divya Makam and we also have Gautami Siddha Garu to take us a very great book of Mahavathar Babaji, Conversations with Mahavathar Babaji. So Divya, you want to go ahead and
Yes,
take it further?
thank you, Pushpa. So, hi friends, I'm Divya. I'm from Atlanta, basically. So I've been meditating since 2009, and I'm very glad to know more about Mahathir Babaji and energies of the great master today. So first, let us sit in meditation for 10 minutes, and then we will get an introduction and dive into the subject. Kindly, everybody, cross your feet. Fingers into fingers. Close your eyes. Remove any spectacles if you have. Sit as comfortable as possible and observe your breath. I'll be sharing music meanwhile.
Last 1 minute, friends.
Yes, friends, slowly keep your hands on your eyes and come out of meditation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, it was such an amazing short meditation. So before we get into our session today, I would like to start with showing my convey, and I want to convey my gratitude to our Guru, Dr. Brahmashri Patriji, who has given us this meditation and a lot of knowledge and wisdom to all of us. So Patriji stressed upon meditation, Svadhyaya Yoga, and Sajjana Sangatya. Swadhyaya Yoga is very important. Book reading is very important. It also gives us validation of our experiences and solutions to whatever experiences we are going through in our day-to-day life. So I know a small bit about Patriji, that when he was working, he would spend half of his salary only in buying books and distributing those books freely. So that important is Svadhyaya Yoga. So getting into the session today, we have Master Gautami with us. Let's get to know about Master Gautami today. Gautami Madam from Philadelphia is an Anapanasati meditator since 3 years, and she's a coach to a lot of kids and adults. She's been founder of Dhyana Yoga meditation classes for kids teaching meditation and spiritual art projects and spiritual tales. She runs these classes in Telugu along with knowledge share for the adults by the grace of our master Patriji, and she is certified spiritual tablets, and she has also been following Sadhguru, and her main goals is guiding and helping people stay focused, calm, develop clarity through mindful meditation and spiritual teaching. And her personal life is she has been a research scientist working for biotech company, and she's changing her career towards the business world. So she's a writer, poetess, speaker, and she has published contemporary stories in various print and online Telugu magazines as well. And she has published a novel which has been awarded during Women International Sahiti Conference online, and she has also published a book of 16 stories of hers. She has won third place and a title Kaviratna in competitions. And yes, what not, she's an all-rounder. We have a great skillful master today. I'm very excited and curious to know about Madam and the book Essence today. Madam, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thanks to Brahmakshi Prabhupita Mahavathar and Bababji. It's a great opportunity. I got it. And I try my level best to share the spiritual wisdom that I get from this book. So let's start with Patriji's words on this book and also about the writer. So we are gods and we can converse with other gods. All is possible only through an intense sadhana of meditation. Anapanasati meditation is the way of a revolution for everyone. When the mind is clear, Atma reveals itself to Atma. So these are the beautiful wordings told by Patriji. So what he means was, we are gods and we can converse with other gods. So that means to converse with other gods, we have to become God. So though we are in the human form, we have to enhance our soul level to Paramatma. So that is where we will be able to converse with the God, with the other gods. So that is what he means. So what is the way to do that for a human being? So the way to do that is only dhyanam, that is meditation, anapanasati meditation. So when you focus on the breath, so what all happens? You will connect yourself. You will be with yourself. That means you will connect inner side of your soul. So that is what happens is once you connect yourself, what happens? You will achieve the soul characteristics. So that means you will be in the soul level, Atma Sthai. When you are in that state, only when you are in that soul level, then you will be able to reveal yourself that you are Atma. Unless you go inside, you do not understand who you are. As long as you are outside, you never go inside of you and you never realize who you are. So when you realize who you are, when you reveal yourself, you are Atma, then you will be able to converse with other Atma, Supreme Soul. So that is what he means here. So beautiful words and very depth. It's a very, there is a depth in these 4 lines. So, and the next paragraph, he talked about the Pallavi man. So Pallavi is our senior pyramid master. I'm very glad she has experience with Mahavathar Babaji. Time has come from earth people to unite with extraterrestrial. So, so Master Pallavi, um, I mean, she was a senior pyramid master. She worked along with Patriji. Like she knows Patriji when he was here, and they all had some good conversations about the spiritual wisdom and all. So he knows about her. So and he said that she was a senior pyramid master and she got the experiences with Mahavathar Babaji. So he also said that time has come for earth people. That means we, the human beings. So to unite with the extraterrestrial. So that means one person got experience of extraterrestrial level. So then what happens? It will spread to others also. So that means it will spread in the surroundings also. So that is why what he means was that time has come for earth people, not only just one Pallavi. So to the entire earth people to unite with extraterrestrial. So one spiritual person is there. So that the light comes from them that spreads all over the society. So that is what he means here. So be a vegetarian and be a meditator. So that's what he ended with. So these are the Patriji's words. Now, this is the introduction of Pallavi. She wrote about herself. So Mahavatar Babaji's work began with me at 3 levels. That's what she was writing. What is that? That is a clairvoyance experience that she got. That is extrasensory powers. So that means the clairvoyance, the level that she can see, and also the hearing level, and also the sensing. That means if some kind of vibrations are coming in your body or around you, what happens? You will sense it, right? In the form of vibration, higher vibrations, the highest vibration, something like that. So what she was writing here is this. It is very difficult to describe that, but I try my level best to describe my my experiences. That is what she was telling in the first level, in the first paragraph. So it was a beautiful, adventurous, and ultimate experience on soul level. So actually, it is very difficult exactly, to describe what all happens at the soul level, because the wordings are limited. So one has to experience it. It's very difficult to write down and make everybody understand exactly the way, the person experienced. So that is what she expressed here. So working with the Babaji meant getting messages in different styles of delivery. At times, my body felt both light and heavy in vibration. So when she was getting messages from Babaji, what happens is her body is becoming light. Sometimes her body is becoming heavy. So whenever Babaji's vibrations are around, she sensed this kind of thing. So the body is getting light, and sometimes that means she's bit getting unbalanced, isn't it? So because of these things, initially these are things that happened. So once slowly her consciousness is expanded and connected peacefully with his vibrations or his consciousness, then the balance will occur. So until then, a slight unbalance happens. It is very common for anybody. So here, what is happening is, because of this, I could write sometimes, some days I could write many pages, and another days I could only manage a few paragraphs. So it depends on how she's feeling. So because she's a bit getting unbalanced, sometimes she's able to write many pages, and sometimes she's able to manage only a couple of paragraphs. So this is very common. As long as I remember as a child, she was talking about her childhood here. So she was very intuitive since from her childhood. She born with psychic abilities by grace of divine planning and my soul's blueprint. So I conversed with my guardian angels and astral masters. As I grew up, I got entangled in this chaotic material world, which filled my mind with doubts and questions. This is a common to everyone, right? So when she was a childhood, it's good that she remembered how she was. So she had psychic abilities, and she was conversing with the guardian angels, it seems, and also astral masters. But when she is growing up, what happens? Automatically, when we all know that, see, up to 8 or 9, 10 years, what happened? The spiritual mind exists to any kid. So that time, the experiences are totally spiritual experiences. Like they speak something that we do not understand. And, even when they always draw the nature very easily. The sun, they put a sun, the hills, the coconut trees, like, as if somebody is teaching them. Even one pencil you give, they will draw on the walls. So because their mind is always connected to the nature during the time. Even no teacher is required to do these things for them. So once that stage is over, that means once they got into the physical world, they will stop all those activities. So she is saying that, so then she picked up all the materialistic things in the world, and she filled with, her mind was filled with all doubts and questions and all that stuff. So I was able to converse with the departed souls. See this. So she was able to speak to departed souls, able to see and talk to them, it seems. And they shared messages with me, and which they wanted. So whenever she connected to other souls, departed souls, they were giving messages that they wanted to give to the world. And also, if they want to give the message to particular persons, those messages, they're telling to her. But during those days, what happens was she was unaware, and she was unsure about all these things. Sometimes she believes what's going on with her, sometimes not. And also she was not sure how to help the souls. So all these things were happening. But one thing she realized, that soul never dies. So that was the truth she understood in those days. So when she was in the 12th standard, what happened? She had a classmate, and that girl was generally, she was the introvert, it seems, but she was speaking to Pallavi every day. Though she was introvert, she was not talking to many people, but she was talking to Pallavi. So one day what happened was, Pallavi experienced this. What is that? So she came, one day she did like astral travel. That means her astral body came out of her physical body during the sleep. And she was in the dream world. So in that dream world, what happened? She observed this girl, the introvert. She committed suicide, it seems, and she hung herself to death. So Pallavi's soul was watching it. She observed and watching it, but that girl was committed suicide. So then that is what exactly, she experienced in her dreams. during her astral travel. So exactly a week later, what happened? Her astral experience came true. Like, after a week, what happened? She got a news that this girl has gone. Like she committed suicide and she's no more. So she just kept quiet, Pallavi, because she already seen it. And she knows that's going to happen. But this situation changed her. So changed her, and she decided that was the time she decided she wanted to help such souls. So because then immediately what she did was she traveled deep into her thoughts to see how could she really help such kind of souls. So before that, she was not sure, and she doesn't know how to help the souls, and she did not give much thought about it. Though other souls are coming and trying to contact her, connect to her. But when this happened to the friend, so she turned it, that is the point where she turned her mindset to help the souls. So then, so she understood that these souls, they suffered. And, the souls went through a lot of suffering. That is what she understood. So she wanted to help those souls. So then next what happened was, so many people born with this kind of psychic abilities, and there is a science behind it. But the thing is, what happens is everybody will experience to certain level, but after that, nobody will try to go in deep. So because the belief system, the belief systems develop in the physical world. So those belief system will enter into that, and they will start interpreting their own way, and out of their ignorance, and they will miss the opportunity to know the infinite possibilities of the cosmos. See, so all her abilities are psychic abilities. Psych means like, that connecting to this, basically the connecting to souls is a part of, like, it is like a nature what it does. It connects to everything, to everybody, whether you have body or you don't have body, doesn't matter. But the entire cosmos, the entire nature, the entire cosmos, always it connects to everybody and to everything. So it is a law. It is called law of attraction too. So the similar in nature, this many people who are having this kind of psychic abilities, everybody will have it. But the thing is, they will lose the opportunity because they picked up the different belief systems from the physical world. They immediately they will try to apply to those experiences. They never go deeper to know more. So that is what she's trying to tell. So you might not be aware initially of your entire journey in the lifetime, but you would discover them layer by layer. So obviously, right? So that is what she's trying to. So as a human being, though we have a psychic abilities, and we have the extrasensory powers, though we realize that, but still what happens? We do not evolve right away. We will evolve layer by layer, layer by layer. So that is what she's trying to tell. So this ensures a right pattern of understanding of our path. So it is called, like, we have to travel in the path. Unless you travel in that path, so what happens is you will not unlock your own abilities to walk in that path. So when you're to walk in that path, you have to discover each ability layer by layer. So that is what she means. So next, when people ask me if do you know Bababji, she always used to answer no. So until when until she had a first-hand experience with his energies, obviously. So as you expand your consciousness and awareness, you get to know the divine masters in bits and pieces through self-experience. This is very much true. And some of the experience I also have it, but when we are moving, when our things are going forward, then I will try to share it based on that time. Okay, so when you expand your consciousness and awareness, then we have to expand, we have to work on it. It's not just, sitting in the meditation for hours together. That doesn't take you much. I mean, it gives its own benefits. I mean, you will understand and you become, you can empty your brain so that, the life force energies can rush into into that emptiness. The benefits you get by meditation is good. But to expand your consciousness and also your awareness towards your psychic abilities, one has to work on it. One has to practice more and more. So that is what she's trying to tell. And then only you will slowly, bit by bit, you will get to know the divine masters. That's also self-experience. So I have come across many spiritual teachers of the spirit world, and knowing about their transformational stories gives me utmost enjoyment as well as uplifts of my mind and soul. See, look at that. So how lucky she is. See, she is able to, she came across many spiritual teachers of the spirit world. Spirit world means Atma Lokamu. So where is Atma Lokamu? It is inside of you. So that means whenever she is getting involved in herself, she is going into spirit world. She is going into that Atma Lokam. And she is meeting many spiritual teachers in that world. And they are telling about their transformational stories to her, it seems. So, and she's enjoying those stories. And because of she's listening, that means directly she is getting spiritual wisdom from them. That's what it means. It's not just, they're telling some stories and she's listening. So directly she is getting spiritual wisdom. So she's able to uplift her mind and soul. So my passion to work with the spirit world is increasing every day. And I thoroughly enjoy diving deep within to research more about the beyond. See, what we are doing here. So we are also getting spiritual wisdom by different ways. So dhyanam, getting knowledge, jnanam, and also we are implementing whatever we are experiencing, either in the dreams, either in the meditation, or coincidentally anything, we are implementing. Out of that, we are getting the wisdom. That is called spiritual wisdom. Pallavi is, she's going to the spirit world, and directly she's getting the spiritual wisdom from them. So that is also called a karma. The karma that we are doing is a bit different from the karma that she's doing. So that is how the soul plans, she must have written the soul plan like that. So that is what so whenever she's getting the wisdom, what's happening? She's able to uplift her mind and soul. So conversations with Mahavathar Babaji is an effort through which you can develop an understanding of how super conscious entities like Mahavathar Babaji work in different mediums and forms. So what she was saying is the conversations with Mahavathar Babaji. It is a great effort that you can develop the understanding of how super conscious entities like Mahavathar Babaji can work in different mediums and forms. So we can say that, so different mediums and different forms. So here it is like a Purnatma's characteristics. Mahavathar Babaji, Purnatma or Paramatma, right? So you know that Paramatma or Purnatma's characteristics are, one of them is Ichha Shakti, like, they can create, the creating power. So he works in different forms, it seems, because he's the creator. He can create Amshatmas, or he can create whatever he wanted. So, and also he can work in different mediums. Like he can work in the air, he can work in on the land, he can work any medium, on any medium, in any medium. So that is what she's saying here. So many of the subjects will seem strange to people who have not yet begun their journey on the path of spirituality, but it is an opportunity to let that energy start working within you at the subconscious level. So what she's saying is, this looks strange, what we are talking about. So all these lines, it looks strange for people who are not started their spiritual journey. Because what is this they're talking about? They may think like that. But it is an opportunity. But even they listen, even they did not start their spiritual journey yet. If anybody is like that in our forum right now, so it is an opportunity for them to understand how the energies start work within them at a subconscious level. So at least they got the opportunity. Even right now in our group, somebody is there who are not yet began the spiritual journey. They might be having a lot of questions on what we are talking now. But they got an opportunity to understand how the energies work at subconscious level within you. She's saying that. So this book is like a handbook. That means it's a spiritual startup kit to take the first step towards an inner transformation and to feel Babaji's energies. That's what she is saying this. So in the process of reading this book, you will see how your understanding develops. So when you are started working on this book, like, she wrote and we are listening and we are trying to, so we will understand more and more about the super conscious energies. That's what she means. So there are certain fundamental mysteries, facts of life will be enable you to know and understand yourself better. Okay, so that is what, because you get a lot of energies too, Babaji's energies. So unless Babaji's energies are around us, this minute we will not sit down and talk about him. I'm sure definitely the Babaji's energies are around us right now. So that's why we are willing to do this work, and also we are willing to understand more and more tonight. So this book is the first step in the direction of unconditional understanding of walking into the unknown as if it is known. So simply, we just walking into unknown as if it is known. So that is what she means. So the very consciousness of this book will make you feel like you are holding your soul in a gentle but firm embrace, which is unfolding and enriching your life with a newer perspective. So when you are reading this book, the experience you get is, because whatever the experiences she underwent, so that is she's telling us. So when you are reading this book, so then what happens is we embrace our soul, and we embrace our soul. So our soul, what happens? It starts unfolding and give enrichment to your life process. So that is how we feel when we are reading this book. That's what she tells. So now, so the special purpose of this book is to clarify to all believers and non-believers how a physically immortal being like Mahavathar Babaji exists even today's modern world, because he born long ago, and till now how his consciousness still existing in the world, that is a question mark. Definitely for the non-believers, even for the believers also, they may have their own questions naturally. So all those questions will be answered in this book. That's what she means. So this journey with the Babaji helped me personally to know him as a universal grand soul who is working in multiple ways with many people. So, universal grand soul. So, any guru, see, there are so many gurus walk on this earth. So, all gurus may not become the universal grand souls. Means it depends on what practices they have done when they're alive on this earth. Based on that, they will become their souls, they will become that. So, for example, we all know that Sati Anusuya, and we always tell that, Arundhati is become a star. So, based on her practices on this earth, she uplifted herself, she uplifted her soul to become a star in the cosmos. So, like that, Babaji became universal grand soul. So that means he became part of a universe. So that is what she was saying. So became part of a universe in the sense, when he became a part of universe, obviously, whenever he born, doesn't matter. So as long as this universe existing, his consciousness will be there. So that is what the universal grand soul, that means he became a part of a life force energies. He became a part of a light energies. Anything you name anything, a part of a cosmos, and his consciousness will be there because he is universal grand soul. So he will work with the people in multiple ways. So that is what he said. That means whatever the way you require, he will be there. So I feel blessed and thankful that he chose me to record a part of his life journey in this book. So when my soul work began with Babaji, he was unknown to me, but getting to know him in this conscious physical reality was genuinely a beautiful surprise gift. So she was getting surprised every time when she's understanding about him more and more. So I can still remember my first hazy encounter of his energies when I met with a bus accident. Okay, she met with a bus accident, it seems. So during that time, she could see with her eyes 3 divine entities, it seems. So one with a long hair, one with a long beard, and one with a bald head. So who are they? She was saying that. So one is Mahavathar Babaji, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji, and Lamsang Rampa. So these 3 souls, these 3 helped her during that, saved her during that accident, it seems. That's what she's writing. So it was only after becoming part of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement, I got to know about them. So that means before she became a member of a PSSM, she met these divine souls when she met with an accident. So it was then realization dawned upon me that the life of a spiritual person is always involved in the opening of the deep layers of life's mysteries, isn't it? So doesn't matter which organization you are in, whether you are believer or non-believer, but no one knows how the life's mysteries are. The life's mysteries in the sense within ourselves. At soul level, we don't know the mysteries. See, we always we survive on this earth, by using the belief systems that we picked up from outside. We think that is right thing. We think that is what driving our life. That is the driving force to our life. But once we went inside, once we connect inside, then we will understand that whatever we picked up from the outside, it is nothing related to what you have inside. So the deep layers of life mysteries are different. So the gurus, they work on the deep layers of your life mysteries. So not necessarily you know each other. She doesn't know any of these 3. They are not known each other, and she's not a believer also, and she's do not know about peace at all. But her deep layers of life mysteries are connected to this divine soul. So when she was in the problem, then immediately they came to rescue her. So that is what happens. So Babaji is a familiar term in the Indian tradition. Yeah. So especially for those who have begun their journey on the path of spirituality. So Babaji, we very commonly we use this word Babaji. And even some of the languages also Baba means father. They call father as a Baba. So that is what. See, in Indian tradition, the Babaji is very well-known word. So her journey with the Babaji, Mahavathar Babaji, began in the year 2009 when in an awareness of love, divine aura, and enchanting force behind this mystical name was created within me. Okay, so this mystical Babaji, from the 2009 onwards, she started awareness. I mean, she got the awareness of love, divine aura, and chanting forces. This is all, she started understanding one after the other. That means the deep layers of her life mysteries are getting unfolding from 2009 when the Babaji entered in her life. So the life path for me since then has been memorable beyond imagination. It's beyond imagination. Her inner transformation has started. So she born in 1986, September 3rd, in a classic traditional Hindu family. She's talking about her family here and in Maharashtra district. Yeah, in Maharashtra, in Maharashtra, India. So yeah, so she was like anybody, any of us, she got God praising through mantras, rituals, religious practices, and all. She was doing all this and just like anybody. So as a child she worshipped God, but neither could connect to the external propaganda about God, nor could find anyone who would answer God, especially meaning behind the name. So she, I mean, just like us, so she just doing religious practices with her family members, and she knows the name of the God, but beyond that, she doesn't know anything in that stage. So later, as a teenager, the quest to know the truth became deeper. So when she is growing up, the quest to know more and more about God, that it became so deeper for her. So she experienced subversive thoughts like, what is the reality, what is God, and these kind of thoughts are becoming more and more. And finally the day arrived in her life, she waiting to find the door that would lead her to the light was came. So it was when she was pursuing her graduation from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Her roommate's mother, a spiritual seeker, taught her how to meditate. So that is where she picked up the meditation, because until then she was in religious practices and she has a lot of questions to know the reality and beyond God level. But so this was the time, through that lady, she started meditating. So she taught her how to do meditation. This is Anapanasati. And she sat in the meditation, closing her eyes, just like, it's described how she sat down and did the meditation here. So then what happened was, when she does for the first time, then what happened was, lot of thoughts are rushing to her. So when she was realized, then suddenly what happened was she heard a voice from her inside. What is that? What is that? You speak too much in your head, and that needs to be toned down. So suddenly, not the voice, suddenly it struck to her, it seems, at that moment. How can we experience to see the God with the non-stop churning of thoughts in our minds? So we cannot see God. We cannot experience the reality beyond that level when lot of thoughts are churning your brain. So how that happens? So suddenly it struck when she was doing Anapanasati, suddenly that thought has sitting in her brain that you are speaking too much in your head, so you need to tone down. So that is what she got, it is a message. So she deeply felt that and she needed to work on the thoughts and she set herself free of negative patterns. So she slowly came back to observing. So then immediately she started working on it during that same meditation only. Then what happens was, then slowly that churning comes down and slowly she started listening her breath when she was focusing on that. So as long as she is connecting to this thought, that thought somewhere here and there, scatteredly, she could not, though she focused, she did not listen the inhalation and exhalation. Once she started working on it, then as she got the message in her brain, then slowly she could tone down and she immediately she was free of those thoughts and she started observing her breath. She's able to listen her inhalation and exhalation. So 15 minutes into that process, she could feel her mind become emptier. See, it's very fast, very quick. In 15 minutes, she's out of that, it seems. So during that last 2 minutes of a meditation, she saw a bright light illuminating within her and glowing bright like a sun. It was glowing like a sun, very bright. So, however, there was total darkness in the room, though her room was totally dark. But from where this light is coming, that is, then she closed her eyes again to saw that light again. Because when she opens the eyes, she could not see light anywhere. So totally her room was dark. So from where this light is coming, that she saw just before. Then again she closed her eyes. Then what happened was, again her body started radiating with this light. So then she understood. So what is this? The light is coming from her body only. So what is this light? Then she heard a voice, it seems. I am your Atma. See, her soul told her. She heard the voice from her soul. I am your Atma. So, the Atma is glowing in her body. So this was a life-changing experience for her, self-realization. So there was no looking back and she became thirsty to know more, to be wiser and meditated intensely every day. So that is the turning point for her to become a intense meditator. So she had been practicing meditation for 2 months when she got an opportunity to meet Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji. Okay, she met Patriji in and yeah, and they are she in a there was an event organized in Chennai, it seems. So there she met Patriji. So since morning that day, her happiness knew no bounds, and she knew it would be a big turning point in her life. So when she met Patriji, so that is what that is what going on in her consciousness, her mind. So as she reached the venue, she saw him for the first time. It was majestic. His grandeur is still indescribable for me, for her. And when he heard that, we are all gods, you are a god, Patriji said, it seems. So she met him for the first time. And these are the experiences that she underwent within her. And she heard him. He said, it seems, Patriji, we are all gods. You are also a god. He said, it seems. So it went deep inside her heart, those words. And what happens was, her soul took that words permanently, it seems. She felt that the soul took it inside. She never heard anyone telling that you are a god. Only Patriji said, it seems. So I was mesmerized by his energy. She is saying that when he was close to her, so all over his energies, she sensed his energies. It was mesmerizing, it seems. I did not know how to converse with such an enlightened being. She was talking about Patriji here. Patriji just looked deep down into my eyes, and I felt he was not looking at my physical appearance, but into my soul. And he was looking at her deeply into her eyes. So through her eyes, he's looking at her soul, it seems. So our eyes, our mouth, these are all doors for our soul. So when you are experiencing any extraterrestrial energies, like any higher self energies, then immediately everybody will have this experience. Your eyes will get affected, like it will become heavy or something like that, and also the mouth, because they are the doors for souls. So he was deeply looking into her eyes, so that she felt that he is looking into her soul, it seems. She's understood that. So then what happened was, mystical as his words were, my life truly took into 360-degree turn, beginning with the adventures towards my life purpose. As she was writing that. So today I'm living my life to the fullest, enjoying every moment. So here, one more thing is, they all went to Mahavathar Babaji's caves, it seems. Okay. So when Mahavatar Babaji's caves they went to, so so there what she understood was, like she got a message from Babaji. So that is what she is trying to tell in this. Let's go to the magical meeting. So this is the introduction about her journey. And what she was writing at the last paragraph was, after this experience, the duration of my meditation sessions, she increased and started experiencing the grace of life by gaining knowledge of the soul and everything. And vegetarian, and she my heartiest gratitude to our beloved Patriji, the father figure who has dedicated his human form to make the world vegetarian and spread awareness about meditation and pyramid energy. So she is paying respects to Patriji by writing about his works. And this book is my personal journal for the reader to know my journey with Mahavatar Babaji. In the year 2017, I received his message while meditating, that in the year, that is 2018, he would enable me to channel him to bring his life journey out to the masses. So it was October 5th, 2018, when he first conversed with me directly. So Babaji directly conversed with her in 2018, October 5th. So that is, so she was started writing about all that conversation. So acknowledgements, I'm not reading about it. And now the first one we will read, then we will stop here. Okay, the first one is a magical meeting. So in 2009, so she went on a trip with the Patriji, and also 200 pyramid masters are there, it seems. So Patriji and 200 pyramid masters, they're all going to Uttarakhand, the most beautiful doorway to the Himalayan mountain range. So she also accompanied with them. So this trip had been planned in the divine timing by masters to Babaji's cave. So they're all going to Mahavatar Babaji's caves. So it was my first encounter with Himalayan energies. That was the first time she's going to, she went to Himalayas, and that was the first time she experienced Himalayan energies. So every place was extraordinary, and all of us were re-energizing it by group meditation energies with Patriji's mesmerizing flute music. Okay. So while on the trip, I met many wonderful masters and got introduced to Mahavatar Babaji for the very first time. See, look at her experience. It's a beautiful experience. She got it. So that is where she met Babaji. So it was on this trip that I saw his picture and got to know the experience of other pyramid masters with him. It amazed me and I ignited my heart to experience his presence. Okay. So here, after a group meditation, they were all talking about their uh, experiences with the Babaji, it seems. So all those experiences were so amazing to her. And so what happens is when she was listening those experiences with the Babaji, her heart was ignited with his presence. So that means as I told in the before, like it is like the deep layers of life mysteries. So she got an experience, like her heart got ignited. So that means Babaji's energies she already had at subconscious level, already had within herself, in her soul. So ever since I learned about him, there was something pulling me from inside. So the fire born within that told me that Mahayogi would soon fulfill my wish to meet him. So whenever she is listening those experiences more and more, she felt like something is pulling her from inside, and she's getting message that Mahayogi would soon fulfill your wish to meet him. So that is what she's getting. A strong spiritual desire. From that time onwards, a strong spiritual desire started growing in her to see him physically. He was not there. He was no more, right? He born long, long ago. But her spiritual desire is growing this way. She wanted to see him physically. So that ignited her passion to know beyond. So our group had now reached a small hamlet. Okay, so it's a dark end. So they all came down. There was a hamlet that is called Kukuchina. It is 53 kilometers away from that place. And they all stayed that night. And again, they planned to go back to the caves next day morning after breakfast. So then the journey again, they had to go by trekking. It takes 1.5, 1.5 hour, it seems. Continuous trekking, if they do, they can reach in 1.5 hour. So next day, what happens is they're climbing up the hills. Then she heard a inner voice. So the inner voice is that a strong feeling that Babaji would fulfill her deepest wish to meet him that day itself, the same day. So she climbed up and she started working with so much of attention and awareness. She doesn't want to miss that opportunity to meet Babaji, right? So because it is going to be a magical meeting, so she wanted to see him physically. So that is she wanted to see that how that happens. So then I had been climbing without a break. So I paused and sat down in a big rock. Okay. So what happened was she climbed up. So then she sat down on a big rock and she took a pause and she's having water. So during that time, when she was sipping up the water, then what happened? She saw a tall woman walking towards her from the distance. So, and she was a white woman, Caucasian. And that woman, she's wearing white clothes and she looks gorgeous and she's looking glorious and gorgeous. And she came all the way to her and she stopped right in front of her. And she looked into it, just like how Patriji seen into deep into her eyes. The same way, this lady also looking deep into her eyes for a long moment. So then what happened? Then that's it. So in that moment, when she was looking so deeply into her eyes, she also looked back into her hearts. Both are looking at each other. Then after that moment, she left without uttering a single word. She didn't say anything. She did not talk or anything. She just looked at her deeply into her eyes and both were like, both the eyes, they met both the eyes met. That's it. Then in the next moment, she's gone from there. So she felt, Pallavi felt that. So there was a pause at that time, as if like there's a pause in time, like, in that second or 2 seconds or whatever the seconds, she felt that the time is stopped at that moment. So as her energies, her strong presence left me with empty mind. Then suddenly what happens, her mind became so clear. She became empty. Whatever the thoughts and doubts and her spiritual desire or whatever desires, so everything gone. It is so peaceful and clear. So she was so happy. Pallavi was happy, but almost dizzy, little bit like, she was a little bit unbalanced. So she was dizzy with this encounter. So it happens, higher energies, it's the highest energies Babaji has and came to her. And naturally, the body, little bit unbalanced. So she got up and continued to trek after that. And she suddenly questioned herself. Was this woman Babaji by any chance? So the moment she questioned that way, then immediately she turned back and try to see that lady in the crowd. So then what happens is that lady, she has seen that lady in the crowd, and that lady also looked at this girl. Then what happens again from the far, they both see each other. So once that moment happened, the next moment that lady is disappeared. She's smiling, and that lady was smiling, and she said at a glance that, yes, you recognized me. So once that answer comes, once that question arises in Pallavi's mind, from her signs, she sent a message that, yes, you recognized me. And after that, that lady disappeared into a thin air. And after our short non-verbal exchange, that's it. So that lady was not seen again. So she was so thrilled at her experience with the Babaji, and her heart filled with immense happiness and gratitude. So whatever the way she wanted to see him, like in a physical form, Babaji came in some physical form. So that means what we understood here is a creator, Purnatma, Paramatma. So whatever the way that devotee wanted, they can come in that form. So that is how he works with many people, because so that kind of he's a creator. He can create himself in a different ways or different forms to reach his devotees or his followers. So now this was also, okay, great shape of shifting skill. So it's a once like, she thrilled. So this is like, this encountering Babaji it's a great shape shifting skill, right? That is his shape shifting skill. Babaji, she came like a woman. He came and he gave a sign that it is me. He said that, yeah, I'm here. Then immediately he's gone. It is a shape-shifting skill. See his skill. So these kind of skills, only the Paramatma, that's why the grand soul can do it. So it took 1 hour, 30 minutes of a trekking time to reach the cave, and after reaching our final destination, we sat for a group meditation, experienced a deep meditative state as Patriji's magical flute helped us to dive deeply. So this is like, this regular Sajjana Sangatyam happened, and that is what she was writing about. So in her meditation trance, she saw a vision of Babaji during that meditation, in which he was hugging people. And I could see him standing right in front of me, showering his love on so many people while I was a mere observer. See, so that was the meditation and the Sajjana Sangatyam were conducted by Patriji. So his flute is going on and everybody's in meditative state and is totally, they're all in different world trance. So then what she experienced was, there Babaji has come and Babaji was hugging everybody, it seems. She saw in her meditation. And she was standing right in front of her also. Like he went to everybody and also her also. She stood and she was showering his love so much on everybody and also on her. And he was looking at her. So this experience was totally, so it is a new dawn on his life, it's a new, it is like her on her in his in her life, and the beginning of her journey with the Babaji's wonderful energies. So before we talk the path of spirituality and oneness, it is difficult to believe God and rather hard to understand omnipresent God energy. Yeah, naturally, right? Before coming into the path of spirituality, and no one understand what is a oneness, and no one understand. I mean, people worship God, but it's difficult for everybody to understand what exactly the God is, what exactly he does. No one knows. And he understands, and is it, and more importantly, it is very difficult to believe the omnipresence of God energies. Like, so God energy will be there everywhere at the same time. So it's very difficult unless you experience. That is what she means. So it is only after meditation one begins the true journey to Godhood and realizing that it is all within us, not outside and externally present. So only when you start doing this meditation, you will start experiencing spiritually and understand you started your journey towards Godhood. You started a journey to become a God towards the Godhood, and you will realize that this happens only within you, not from anywhere outside. That's what she said. So any individual introduced to Babaji may or may not believe his story. It is rather a human to doubt, natural, if a person can live in the same body for so many years. So these are like, she's, repeating in a different words. So after her first trip to Babaji's cave, his exuberant energies akin to an inevitable divine force called me to this place many times, guiding me to bring along different masters to dive into adventurous experiences orchestrated by him. So after this first trip, she had Babaji's energies with her, and a number of times she visited this place, and she was called to this place. So all this experience, she had some adventurous experiences also. That's what she was telling about. See, in the year 2017, she revisited these caves along with young Delhi masters. So she was a keeper coming to this same place whenever she's getting a chance. So this time she received a message by Babaji saying that make an animation movie on my life. And she was surprised. So what is that she surprised almost there? So what is that she surprised was, so animation movie. So she knows nothing about your life. So I know nothing about your life, nor I read much about your life. I mean, you want me to continue? It is 15 minutes more. So it is, what do you say? Is that okay?
Pushpa?
I'm talking on mute. So yeah, we can continue on next session, Mani Garu, because Gautami Garu been talking to Mani. So if you have anybody have any questions, probably we can take questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely we don't want to stop the flow, but yeah.
Yeah, we have another, yeah, 3 pages are there.
Okay.
So that, one chapter will be done. Is that okay, or what do you say?
Yeah, please go ahead then. Yeah. Probably you can summarize.
I will summarize.
Yeah.
So actually, next time the introduction will not be there. So next time I think it would be.
Yeah.
So what happens was, so she was so surprised that he wanted an animation movie on his life, and she doesn't know anything about his life, and she was not sure. So what is that a divine task that she's going to get from him? So that is what she understood. So then Babaji said that, like, everything he will guide. He will guide to her to do, to work on it. That is what uh, said that. So she waited for that. She's waited from 2017 onwards, but nothing happened after that. So then 2018 also came. 3rd October 2018 has come. So then what happened was she started meditating about specifically about this. And she saw Babaji writing on the piece of paper. What is that? She's writing, I am waiting, she wrote on the piece of a paper, and she's doing a meditation. So then she asked him, so what is the need for you to wait? It's all yours. So you told me to make a animation movie on your life in 2017, but now already 2018 has come. What is that you're waiting for? Then he told, it seems, the divine wheel has its own time. See, the divine wheel has its own time. So I might have told you at 2017, but we need to wait till that wheel turns. That's what he said, it seemed. He replied with a smile on his face. So it was finally 5th October 2018. She was very excited to know how Babaji would work with her this time. So then what happened was, so she sat in the meditation to know the reason, and also she had a third eye vision that time. So then what happened was she wanted to work with Babaji. So she started working with Babaji this way. She got a third eye vision, and a stick was alighted with the fire appeared before her, it seems. In her third eye, she has seen a stick. It is alighted with the fire and appeared before her. And then she entered into that stick, it seems. Her soul entered into that stick. So then what happens? It was totally a different realm. And she could see a huge pyramid. Once she entered into it, she walked it through. Then she has seen a beautiful pyramid, it seems. And it was surrounded by beautiful mist, and the place was full of light. And in her vision, she understood it is called Kanti Lokam. That means through that stick, and that means our third eye. So through that third eye vision, she entered. That means her astral body entered. What happened through that stick? Then other side of the stick, she entered into the Kanti Lokam. In the Kanti Lokam, she could see a pyramid and also the light and everything. So then she understood Kanti Lokam, that is called a light world. As she walked towards that pyramid, what happens? When she was walking towards that pyramid, she could see at the top, that is the crown top, that cone, that crown top, it was started orange colored flame. It's coming, flames are coming up. The flames are flared. So then slowly those flames are started turning into Babaji. So he opened his eyes and said, it seems, I will meet you in Atma Lokam, that is spirit world. I live in your mind, not in the house, he said, it seems. After hearing his words, she went down on her knees right away, and she clasped her hands with the gratitude. So it dawned upon her, and the next morning she had never kept a record of her experiences till then. She never recorded her experiences, and she always keep it in her mind only. But she doesn't know how to write. I mean, doesn't know in the sense her writing skills, writing skills are also limited. Like, these experiences are different kind of experiences. Not like, a writer writes some story. It is a different experiences. These things putting into words is not that easy. The words are, it's difficult exactly, how to do this work. So she wanted to clear her head and decided to pay my friends to visit. Okay, it is like, it's talking about friends. So then what happened was, here begins her conversation with the Babaji. Okay, so what happens is she will be into the meditation and she will be conversing with the Babaji. when she was telling, obviously somebody has to write down, right? So that is how to write that story. She took help of a friends. So this is almost done. So Pallavi, she's saying that she's conversing with the Babaji. How is this communication happening with you, Babaji? How are we connected? How was it that the moment I opened up to receive your message, I could see you? Kindly answer. Then Babaji is saying like this. How does it happen that two souls become one? It's just one, is it not? There is no definition or description of it. It just exists. This very moment we are communicating, we have become one, although with our individualities intact. I am with you, and your journey begins with me in now. So that is what he told, it seems. Like, so how we both are connected? It is, she was saying that. So she asked him, he said, what is that? Are we not same? Are we not one? Why do you say two different souls? So that is what he says. So the very moment they're communicating, we have become one. So that is what, although we are two individualities, but we are one. That is what he said. So in the plane of Satyalokam or Atmalokam, we are all one. So that is what he said. So all Atmas, all the souls are one in Atmalokam. So a soul can vibrate with another when they both are willing to connect and share their wisdom. So that's what it is. If in Atmalokam, when during them, we all know that our astral bodies, they travel when we are sleeping. They go to Atmalokam, they talk with other Atmas and they do sort lot of things. They sort it out and doing many things and they came back. So like that, so he's saying that in Atmalokam, we all can meet each other, talk each other, we connect each other and share our wisdom. He's saying that. Then Pallavi, who are you and what kind of wisdom do you want to share with the world through me? Who is Shiva? Am I receiving it right? The word Shiva? Please throw some light on it. Then Babaji said, who am I? What am I? I am the Shiva conscious. Or you could say, Shiva is my over self, where I have materialized to experience in the form you identify as a Babaji. So he said, I am a descendant of Shiva. I am Shiva's consciousness. So he is my over self. So I have materialized to experience in the form you identify as a Babaji. So people, to identify people, me as I was identified as a Babaji. So wisdom is the vast term which is endless. So you are saying what wisdom you are giving to me. It is endless. So there is always a purpose to fulfill a particular task which can take humanity towards the truth and self-knowledge. So that is what he said. So for every Atma, there will be a particular task. So which can take humanity towards the truth and self-knowledge. Humanity is nothing but love. So there is always a purpose. Either you or me or anybody else. So that to fulfill that particular task, which can take humanity, that happens only through love and humanity. Towards that love takes towards the truth and the knowledge. So I want you to write a book based on the experiences of my journey, which will reach the masses very soon. That's what he said. Have faith, my child, on what you see and hear. And always remember, nobody and no mind. Nobody, no mind. Okay. So since she is having a lot of questions still, though she's experiencing his energies, so that's why he's saying that have faith, my child. What you see and what you hear is all true. And remember, no body, no mind. So Atma is always there. And what you see, what you hear is correct. No body, no mind. So that's what he said. Pallavi. Pallavi is saying, yes, Babaji, I agree. I have full faith on what I see, but sometimes my mind wanders and has questions. What is the need? So why are we experiencing it? I have doubts in my physical mind and I feel there are certain fragments left that needs to clear completely. Then Babaji is saying, those fragments are nothing but a confusion. So which occurs at the meeting point of a physical and spiritual mind. So there is a meeting point. We all know that there are 7 bodies we have, right? So the physical body and astral, ethereal, totally 7 bodies. So all these bodies, they are balanced at some point of time, right? So that is where what happened, those meeting point, the physical body and spiritual mind, physical and spiritual mind. So that's where the confusion will be there. So because our logic will come into that, isn't it? So, but never pay attention to it because it is an obvious part of a human life. It is natural for the human life because every body, all 7 bodies, each one will have their own consciousness. And every body will try to dominate over each other. So it is natural, it is common because everybody have to do their own functions. So don't worry about it. It is just an obvious part of a human life. That's what he said. So because when you start writing, how can you have judgments? You do not know what I am giving to share with you. You are only following my voice in your head. So be free of doubts. That is what he said. Don't judge. No judgments. No judgments, no preoccupied thoughts about it. You just and be free of doubts, he said. So Pallavi. So what is this vision? So where is this path leading me to? Then Babaji says, this path is for every soul who wants to meet me. It's not just, so that means it is for every soul. He was asking her to write down. So whoever wants to meet me, so that path, you know, that path will be available for every soul, whatever she's writing. That's why she said it's a starting kit. So Pallavi is saying, so when I connect with you and begin to write, I feel like the sound is coming from within, but not from my soul. It's like a divine source, isn't that right? Okay. So she asked a very beautiful question here. The question is, when we both are connect each other and I started writing whatever you say, I feel like the sound is coming somewhere within my soul, not from my soul. That means inside the soul there is some source. So what is it? She's asking. Then Babaji is saying, and deeper into soul. That the voice is coming from deeper into the soul, not from the soul. Then he said, you are right. It is a universal source from where everything is born, but you address it as a dead or death. It does not exist in the universe because it is the part of creation itself. So what he's saying is, within the soul also, there is a source. So that is the source important. Like, how a seed will be there in the mango. So that seed is nothing but the seed in the soul. So that is important for the creation and also for death and birth. So that is what he's saying. So that is what the part of the creation itself. So it does not exist in the source, in the universe. It exists within your soul. That's what he said. So within our soul itself, we have that seed to born, to reborn, or to die and born. So everything is within ourselves. So that is why our birth and death will be connected to our breath. So that source and breath is well connected. So the entire life is between these two only. So I am the source, I am Shiva consciousness born on earth to experience the grace of a human life. So he started telling her, I took this physical form on earth on March 24th, 203 AD, 203 AD. Yes, this is my birth date. So he is a descendant of Shiva and he took a birth because he wants to experience the physical form. So he wants to experience the grace of a human life. So that is why he born on this earth on this March 24th to 203 AD. So the vision here is he held a few hailstones. Hailstones, you know that, what is that? Hailstones in his hands, and out of which he let go of 24 pieces. It suddenly started raining the vision. So once he released the hailstones, then the rain started in that vision, it seems, during this only. So it's washing away those 24 stones in one direction. And they went through some pipe-like structure. That is the path, spiritual path. Okay. So once it's rain started, all these 24 hailstones, just they went through a path like this, it seems. So like a pipe-like structure. So out of 24, only 3 hailstones came out, and I could finally decode it was 24th of March, and his voice whispered in the year 203 AD. So what is that? That was the divine path. So what happened was he wanted to show his birth date. So what he does was the 24 pieces he released. So they went back to that pipe-like structure. That is the spiritual path, path. And only those 3 were left. Those 3, when she decoded, so that was this, the date of birth that she got it. So that is what the first chapter was done. So we talked about introduction and also the first one. If you have any questions, maybe 1 or 2. So next time we will give a good amount of time for more questions. Yeah.
Yes, friends, please unmute if you have any questions. You can ask Gautami ma'am. A quick ones. So meanwhile, yes, so it's so nice to know about initial journey of Master Pallavi with Mahavathar Bababji ma'am. So if any one of us are really experiencing the same, it will be so helpful for him to further continue. It was so nice and detailed.
Yep. Thank you so much. If anybody has some experience with Babaji, as I guess many people are doing this unified also. So please feel free to share with everyone. I think people are okay.
Yeah, maybe in the further sessions, yes.
Yeah.
Since it's just the beginning.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. It's really, really good to know, like how Divya was saying, like how everybody have experience with Mahathir Babaji for sure. In fact, when you started, after some time, whole my body started becoming very cold, like different. Yeah, so we could really feel the presence everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your
I'm
day.
also sweating actually. I felt at some point of time very it's kind of hot, and now
Yeah,
I'm sweating with no reason. So like, so when we are, she
different
also
experience.
said that, when we are reading the book, you will experience Babaji. So because the Babaji's grace is there, that's why we are here, sit down, and we are talking about him, for sure.
True, true. Thank you, Gautami garu. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much,
much.
Andy. It's a beautiful opportunity I got. Thank you so much for every one of you, and also Babaji and Patriji and everyone. Yeah, sure,
Thank you.
we will meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, Padmaja.
Thank you, Gautam Garu. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Divya, you wanna close?
Yes, friends. So let's wait until next Tuesday to hear more about the experiences.
So mostly we will have us Monday, right? We talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the only that week, Monday.
We will post. We will post the next. Actually, Tuesday, Gautami garu is not available, Divya. So, yeah, we will post our next session soon.
Yes. Sure, sure. Yes, yes, friends. Let's all meet again next Monday, and to know more about the experiences with Babaji, Mahavathar Babaji. Yes. Thank you, friends. See
Thank
you
you
all.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.